So far, 2016 has been a very difficult year for certain biotech stocks. Take Novavax, NVAX. Next-generation vaccine developers lost 21% of the value since the new year began. Now, some of that's because the stock had run up dramatically in 2015, ending up 41% for the year, even after falling from $15 where it peaked in August, down to $8 and change at the end of December. And it's not like this decline has happened in any real news. Novavax just happens to be the kind of speculative biotech stock that people just kind of want to take profits on right now. Even though the company just recently started a phase 3 trial for its vaccine for RSV, a nasty and highly contagious respiratory virus. Maybe given the wild swing in today's trading where the stock was down big and then finished higher, something could be afoot. Let's dig deeper here with Stanley Urich. He's the president and CEO of Novavax. He's set to present at the J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference tomorrow. Try to get some clarity of the prospects. Dr. Urich, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks for having me back.
All right, Stanley, now, since we saw you last, there's a couple good things that have gone on. Your phase 2 safety and trial to evaluate annual redosing of this RSV vaccine in older adults. And, of course, we also know that a vaccine to protect infants via maternal immunization. So while the stock's been down, obviously the company's doing some great things. Can you give us an early look on what you're going to say tomorrow about those two different trials?
Yeah, Jim, I think that we've capped out just a terrific year. We started the year initiating 5 clinical trials, and we unblinded the trials, and all the data were great. 2 of them resulted in going into phase 3 trials, and importantly, the data that we use from those trials and present to the FDA are reviewed in great detail by the FDA, so it relieves a lot of risk of the product going forward, that the FDA agrees with us on the safety and on the immunogenicity and on the efficacy of these vaccines. So these are the first 2 phase 3 RSV vaccines ever made after 50 years of industry effort. So we're in for an exciting year.
Okay, phase 3 pivotal vaccine for older adults. We're being told that the data could be expected as early as fourth quarter 16. What you just told me makes me feel like maybe we should be more optimistic about the date.
Oh, I think so. We're on a very predictable path now for pivotal phase 3 data, and the pieces that make it look interesting and really lower the risk on a product is that we got, as I say, we got through the FDA with their blessing. We know what the endpoints are, and the endpoints are to duplicate what we did in the phase 2 trial. And we know we've got the RSV season is ongoing right now, and we vaccinated 11,850 people in 5 weeks last month. And so now we execute and pull out data in the end of the third quarter and file those data with the FDA.
All right, now 11,000 to 17,000 older adults and high-risk adults die every year of this, of the infection or complications. 180,000 hospitalized. This is pretty urgent stuff. I mean, does the FDA want this thing to get out for people who are at high risk?
They do. In fact, when we first went to them, when we had data from the phase 2 trial, we had a very narrow timeline on when we could start our phase 3, because just like the flu season, the RSV season starts in about December and goes through March or April, and we had to have a meeting with the FDA before the season started. And so they readjusted their schedule, had a meeting with us, and it allowed us to recruit these 11,800 people to start the trial. I think the FDA has been very good in recognizing that we have the only RSV vaccine that's ever shown efficacy in any population.
You know, it's funny, Stan, I'm listening, and I'm thinking to myself, only in this really difficult market where that kind of good news would actually be greeted with a sell-off. I mean, I guess you just got to keep your head down right now and not pay attention to the stock.
I have the benefit or the curse of being in biotech for 30 years, and I've seen these reactions. We've had nothing but great data in the past 6 weeks, and you can show 6 months, and you can show the stock price in the last 6 months. So we've got a good team, we've got the product, we've got the data, and we just have to keep moving forward.
Well, I think that's exactly the way people have to look at it who are investing at home, too. That's Stan Urich, President and CEO of Novavax. Great to see you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, what can I say? The sell-off, too, will pass, and companies that are doing well will prosper. That's Stan Urich, President and CEO of Novavax. Booyah! Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.